Greetings and welcome to Alea Iacta Est's second Interregnum report. In this, we will take a look at all the areas of the world, look at ruling dynasties. Let's do it like that. Ruling dynasties, we will look at religion and culture. So, let's start off with the British Isles, and then go like this. In a line to the right, and then another line to the right, and then another line to the right. Alright. So, as we can see here, England has gotten even more powerful since the last time. They are ruled by the, I think that's a T in Old Norse, a Tvari Norse dynasty. They're Catholics. Scotland is also a Norse kingdom. It's a Norse Catholic kingdom ruled by the Refer dynasty. In Ireland, we have some... I don't know, really. There are some independent Irish states. This is Norwegian. This is Breton, or actually Frankish. Connacht is probably... oh, it's Dutch, for some reason. That's Frankish, and that's Welsh. Is this Irish, then? No, there's actually no Irishmen. And as we can see, Poland has quite a big chunk of this. It's ruled by a Norseman though, so it might be lost later. And this is French. Wales is still independent and ruled by Welshmen. Frisia owns Cornwall, and Devon is independent, ruled by the Anglo-Saxon Capet dynasty, which makes little sense. And here we have Trøndelag again, as well as the last Norse stronghold on the map. Fririk of Hjaltland rules from... I think this is... let's see... the Shetlands. Right. So, for the ruling dynasties, it looks like this. Let's see, so we can get a good look at all of them. The Carlings are ruling here in Northern Ireland. Can't really see this, so I'll just open it up for you. Pedidiog, sorry. The religion looks like this. It's all Catholic, all the Cathars are gone. And the culture looks like this. As you can see, the mainland is mainly Norse, with some pockets of Anglo-Saxon. And Ireland is... I don't even know. Seriously, it's Irish, it's Welsh, it's Frankish, and it's Norse. And only one county is ruled by the actual culture that it is. So let's move on to Scandinavia, shall we? Scandinavia is very interesting. Sweden is a regional superpower. They have taken most of Norway and a lot of Sweden here. They haven't taken Länsipoja here, and they have not taken Skåne. But Skåne is still the Jor Denmark. Though Denmark actually is reduced to this single province, and it's ruled by a Bohemian guy. England rules mainland Denmark, which is interesting. Poland has a part here and here, and down in Germany for some reason. Scotland has a huge chunk of western Norway here. Yeah, and I just wanted to check if Trøndelag was independent, and they are. To the east here, Finland is entirely owned, or except for this part here, by the Teutonic Order. And it seems like the Finns have converted. So now Suomi is also Catholic power. They are currently controlling the Lithuanian kingdom here, but they might lose that rather soon. And I think this will last because they are surrounded by Catholics, and these guys here won't really be able to pose a threat to Finland. The Teutonic Order also owns a random swath of land here that they were given by Sweden. Sweden has still kept some random territories here that I don't particularly fancy. Oh, and by the way, Sweden also owns this Bohemian territory here. It's completely Bohemian, but it's the Jor Sweden. So, for ruling dynasties in this area. Oh, and by the way, we can take a look at, see if there's any of Gardina's guys left. Yeah, here. This is the dynasty that we formed Lithuania with earlier. So, let's take Scandinavia and the Baltic and leave Poland for the next line. So, these are the ruling dynasties. The ruling dynasties are Mjolmirid, Carling in Trøndelag, Refer from Scotland here, Ivari or Tivari. Mjolmirid here as well, but they are Bohemian Mjolmirid. There are some Carlings in Skåne. And Hämäläinen in Finland, or Suomi. I'll say I can't pronounce this. Also some Ofgadinas here. Some pagans still loitering around Lithuanian Romivas. So, for culture. The culture looks like this. Sweden is mainly Swedish, some pockets of Norse left. Norway is ruled by Norsemen, but is mainly Norwegian. Finland is turning German. Finland is of course Finnish. Skåne and the islands of Denmark are German, but they are ruled by Bohemians and French people. Denmark has regressed to being Norse because of being ruled by England. Lithuania here is mainly Lithuanian, ruled by Finns, but I don't think that will last. We will see. The Lapps are still here, Lappish people. And for religion, it looks like this. The Lapps are still their traditional Suomenosko religion. The Teutonic Order and the Scandinavian countries have done a great job in converting. There's just a pocket of Romeva here for some reason. And Finland just converted, so I just suppose that they are about to convert stuff. And you never know. And Russia is, or this part of Russia, is mainly Catholic because of being ruled by the Teutonic Order in Sweden. So let's move on. Here we have a mess. This is basically just a mess. I think there used to be a Permian kingdom, but it's fallen to absolute pieces. It's ruled by lots of random tribes. The Nyalku, the Negaid, the Ikkid. The Golden Horde has a province here. The religion looks like this. It's all Suomenosko. The culture is still Samoyed, ruled by some others here, some Komi guy. Nothing much to see really. This is probably going to be cleaned up by someone eventually. If anyone even wants it. Otherwise it's going to be left here for European Universalis, where they will be reabsorbed. More than likely. Into probably the Teutonic Order or Suomi. If they're still around. So, let's take a look at France, shall we? France is always embroiled in civil wars. Right now, it's a Berian League independence war, apparently. Weird. And another claim war. So the current king is of Romsey, but there are lots of claimants to the French throne. We have seen to that. There are the Aberfraws, the Cliffords, the Fromonides, Gelones. We played as those. Apparently the king of Bohemia has a claim. And of Romsey. France is currently French. But apparently the Duke of Berry is Welsh. And you can see there's some pocket of Anglo-Saxon here, because the Anglo-Saxon kings escaped from England into France and started ruling, only to be deposed rather quickly. Religion is mainly Catholic in France here. So, Aquitaine just had a liberation revolt, so they are still ruled by King Archambaut, the Liberator. They are Occitanian culture, as you may see. Occitan. And the rest of southern France, here is some pockets of Arabia. Arabia used to own all of this, but they lost most of it. They also invaded Burgundy, destroyed the kingdom, and still have some leftovers here. I am personally hoping that these will revolt and be reabsorbed by nearby countries before the conversion. Otherwise, it's going to end up weird. Oh, and Italy is doing something with Toulouse. They are de jure warring a province. Yeah, this one. Toulouse, Aquitaine is Dior warring Toulouse. Lotharingia has had a back and forth with Poland, I think, because Poland used to own this. See, they still have some provinces. And Bavaria as well. Not entirely sure what's going on there. Anyway, Italy has taken this back. Frisia owns a part of France. And yeah, Poland has encroached on Germany's territory quite a bit. And Bavaria is still going strong. They are merging and unmerging with different kingdoms at different times, and I believe that Eastern Bavaria used to be owned by Bohemia once upon a time. So, when we have this in our sights, let's look at the dynasties, the ruling dynasties. We can see that the Pebidiogs are ruling Frisia. Galones is ruling Lotharingia. We have some Carlings in Brittany. The Supponidi is ruling Italy. We'll look more at Italy later. The Carlings are ruling Germany. That's I guess that's the head of their family right now. Here we have... Actually, all the Carling rulers are female. That's interesting. And the culture looks like this. Mainly German, but there are some Frenchmen in Bavaria. Probably not going to last. So, let's take a look at Poland and Bohemia. Poland is great big, and they are getting greater and bigger. As you can see, they are still ruled by the Masowiecki. They absorbed this duchy we played in before. We will take a look at all the dynasties later, see if they are around. Bohemia is ruled by the same dynasty as Sweden, but they are Bohemian, I think at least. Perhaps not. Yeah, they are. And that's why Sweden owns this, I believe, because they are the same family. We can also take a look at Nitra here. Nitra is ruled by the Zebzova. We played as the Zebzova earlier. I don't know if she is a direct descendant or not, but that's still kind of fun. For any smaller duchies here you might want to see. Here we have the ruling dynasties. We have the religion, which is mainly Catholic, except for some random pockets. We looked at him earlier. The Duchy of Slavonia owns this, and they are Orthodox. And for culture, we have Polish dominating. We have some Frankish random provinces here, Bohemian, and yeah, nothing out of the ordinary. Now let's take a look at Russia. Russia is still staunchly pagan, and they own two kingdoms, which will split upon his death, more than likely, because he has only one son so far, though. Still, Ruthenia is the biggest power here, and Russia only owns this. Perhaps they will convert and change that. I don't know, but I hope so. The culture is predominantly Russian, with some Norse mixed in and some Moldvin. And the religion is Slavic, with some pockets of Catholicism. They are also being assailed by Catholicism from almost every side. Let's take a look at this part here. This part is a mess. Obviously, it's always a mess, especially after the Golden Horde arrives. I believe most of these are just independent counts, doing nothing much. The Bulgars are kind of powerful. We did lose a war against them when we had superior forces once, so they are holding their own, as you may remember. Komi people. So let's take a look at the religion here. Some Tengri, ruled by Muslims, mostly Sumenusko, some pockets of Sunni. Cultures, Komi, random ruling dynasties from all around the place. Komis ruling Mordvins, Mordvins ruling Komi, Samoyeds ruling Komi, and of course the Golden Horde. So, the ruling dynasties are Engaid, the Gulodat, the Kazan. Not very interesting, to be honest. I hope they form a kingdom or something. Just, you know, forge a little Suomenosko kingdom or something, because right now the Suomenosko religion is highly fractured. So, let's back down to Spain. Let's take a look at Spain. Spain is Arabian. So let's save Arabia for later and look at the Spanish kingdoms. Here we have the Aberfros. That's random. The Aberfros are ruling Asturias. They're also ruling Castile. And they are also ruling Galicia. Well, see up that. I had no idea. And here are the Knights of Santiago that are attacking the King of Asturias in a claim war. What? That's random, but hey, alright, alright. So for the ruling dynasties, we have the Aberfros and the Tribuno. Culture looks like this, mainly Castilian, and the Catalans are all but gone, completely gone. They're replaced by Bedouins and Franks. Andalusian is still going strong, but no ruler is Andalusian. Bedouin is heavily encroaching, as they are everywhere else, I would guess. The religion looks like this. The Bedouins have converted almost everything to Sunni, but there's still a heavy Catholic presence. Next up is Italy. Italy is a very strong country. It has gone from being just a weak, fractured kingdom to actually expanding in both directions. So it's taken a huge chunk of Bavaria and actually shifted it, as you can see here. And they have taken a huge chunk from the Muslims in southern France, only losing this to Aquitaine for some unknown reason. They are currently facing some wars. I guess it's just some claim wars, and they defend against Aquitaine. And in the southern boot here we have the Shia Caliphate. And Venice. Of course, Venice. Venice and the Papacy. The Papacy has expanded. They actually own this. And I think they own that in Europa Universalis, if I'm not mistaken. So that's scarily historical. Also, Venice has expanded into the actual Shia Caliphate, because they used to have only this. So, let's take a look. Who is ruling? It's the Supponidi dynasty, infused with some Carlings here and there. The Tribunos are ruling Venice, and the Gaffarids are ruling the Shia Caliphate. The current pope is a Participazio, I think. For fun, we can take a look at the various... the Tribuno. That's the same one as the Order of Santiago. So the Holy Order and the Republic. So we have Di Saluzzo, Participazio, Torelli, Candiano, No, that's not right. Well, I guess the rest of the families are hiding somewhere. Not directly vassals. You don't hold anything else but their manor. And I think that the religion is quite... yeah, it's kind of uniform here. It's Catholic, of course, but then Shia is actually spreading really fast. They had this province, but it got stolen by Venice. There's some Orthodox heretics here. I pointed out earlier that this part of Sicily, or that Sicily used to be a hotbed of different religions and cultures, but it's starting to homogenize as Shia. And I think it's Bedouin. Yeah, it's Bedouin. So, let's take a look at the Balkans and the Carpathian Basin. The Byzantine Empire is still around, but it's looking all weird. It's still Greek, and it's still Orthodox. But here is the Knights Hospitalier. Here is Slavonia, also owns stuff up here. Poland owns this. Bohemia is here. Nitra, a free duchy here, which is a Bohemian Catholic duchy. Transylvania is free. It's Hungarian. Actually, it's a part of Bohemia. Wallachia, though, it's ruled by Avars, the Catholic Avars, which is interesting because the Avars, I don't think they are around. They got assimilated by the Hungarians. There's some Avars as well. So, we can also take a look at this. This is the Sultanate of Serbia. It's actually down here, but we can look at it at the same time. Which is a Bedouin Sunni kingdom. And Bulgaria, which is Bedouin Sunni as well. The Muslims sure like to just have one culture everywhere. I don't know. Perhaps I should create a mod for it. Anyway, the religion looks like this. There are still Orthodox people here. And there are some Nestorians and some Sunni mixed in with the Catholics. The ruling dynasties are Lycodontis, the Zebsova, the Olmerid, Masovieki, Cliffords, apparently, the Bulan, and some random ruling dynasties. Makedonska, Quadrid. Religion, we already looked at that, and we already looked at the culture as well. So that is the Balkans. Highly fractured, with some oddly shaped empires mixed in. So, let's move on to this part. Crimea and the steppes. The Golden Horde owns most of this, but the Golden Horde is in massive civil wars all the time. Here we have Kuman Tengri, who's taken over the last of the Jews. Actually, this is the last of the Jews, but they are being conquered. Yep, they are. Which is weird, because the Jews always rise up and win, and then they get conquered by, like, one province guys everywhere. Don't really know how that happens. Still, we have a duchy here, it's Cherson, Mongol Sunni. Probably going to turn into something else soon. We have the Free Duchy of Azov, there's a Kuman Tengri, and lots of random stuff. We can even extend the view here and just take a look at the Golden Horde. The Tiumens are the Sunnis that broke off before they converted to Sunni themselves. Actually, the Golden Horde is in in peace. Also in pieces, which is an entirely different matter. Anyway, this is the culture. It's very steppy. Lots of Turks, Khazars. There's some Persians for some reason. There are Kumans and Alans and Pechenegs. I already said Pechenegs, but hey. With some Greeks mixed in. And some Bedouins, of course. There's always Bedouins in every part of the world. Religion is very split. At least the Tengris are losing ground. I like that, because the Tengris are usually dominant in my games, and I don't like seeing the same religion always be successful. This is some variation at the very least. And the ruling dynasties. Here we have them, the Aktebe, the Ajinai, and some less interesting ones. There we go. Let's take a look at North Africa and Mali. Seriously, there's nothing to look at here. Here's the culture. Here's the religion. We did see some West African revolts go up into France when we played there once. I don't even know how they got there. And my phone is going crazy. Hopefully. Oh, we have a West African revolt here, actually. It might succeed. You never know. Actually, there's a kingdom here. Let's take a look at it. It's a rather nicely shaped kingdom. It's a Bedouin kingdom, of course. And here's another one, Lagosid. Probably... it's actually just a duchy. Didn't know that. So it's not very interesting. There's just lots of Bedouin dukes. There's nothing else but... Yeah, well, there's an Egyptian duke there. So, why don't we just get Arabia done with? Arabia is ruled by the Atalay dynasty right now. And they are incredibly powerful. But I believe that their crown laws are actually kind of low at the moment. Which doesn't affect them so much, because they have the entire world at their disposal. And they also have this nasty habit of placing their capital in places where it doesn't make sense. Like, they had it on the Canaries, and now they have it on Cyprus. Why don't they just have it in Baghdad or something? Well, perhaps because they don't own Baghdad, but still. Must be another better place. Abyssinia. Ruled by Ethiopian Sunnis. Nothing much to say here. It's all Ethiopian, and it's almost all Sunni. There's still some Maif sites. Here is our Egyptians. The Togans being reduced quite heavily. They're still around, still independent. For Greece and Anatolia then. There are some kingdoms here. There's Serbia, we have Anatolia itself. And of course Arabia. As always Arabia, encroaching everywhere. The religions. Here we have some religious warring going on. With the Orthodox slowly being assimilated into the Sunni. The culture is very Bedouin and very Greek at the same time. There are lots of Greek Sunnis as well. So, let's take a look at Persia. And Khiva. Khiva is a new country. We joined in with one of our vassals here, not long ago. It's a Persian, probably soon going to be Mongol country. It's a kingdom that broke free from both the Golden Horde and the Ilkhanate. The Ilkhanate is down here, it's converted to Sunni. Right now they are facing an enormous civil war, and they're giving in to independence wars a lot. With these guys being free and all, Hormuz and Birjand. Culture looks like this. As I said before, I have disabled the spread of Mongol culture. It just can't spread, because it doesn't make sense for it to spread. The Mongols never enforced their customs. They adopted the customs of their peoples. The captured peoples, the captured territories. Like the Ilkhanate was almost entirely Persianized. And the Golden Horde just assimilated all the steppe cultures. So I simulated it instead by making them switch to the cultures of the capital from time to time. Religions look like this. There's still a heavy presence of Zoroastrians. They're not doing a great job of converting them. There's some Tengris, but not many more Tengris up here than anywhere else. And the ruling dynasties look like this. Toluids, Narantsetseg, etc. And they are probably all going to fall when the Timurids arrive. So, that concludes the world. Now, let's look for our dynasties by finding some characters. Search all, sort by dynasty. And then we go by rulers. Yes. So, the Altkluts. They should be fairly easy to find. If they have... Well, here we have the Aberophros. They are ruling everywhere, so that's perfectly fine. The Altkluts are what we're looking for right now. Damn, there's lots of people beginning with an A. Here we go. Nope, seems like the Altkluts are not ruling anything at the moment. That's too bad, but I know that for sure that they are around, because I had one as a wife. Or a husband, actually, I think. Yeah, I don't remember. Is there any Shoiros Pactes left? That's the second episode. Here we go. Shah. There we go! He's still around. He's the Dukes of Theoclea. So let's see. Yep, he's still around. He's still ruling the same thing. I'm impressed. I am very impressed. And we already saw the Ofgardinas. They are ruling here. So we don't need to look for them. The Dioriates then. The ones who ruled here. Actually, let's take a look. No, that's a Supponidi. So. It should be... Let's see. Dioriate. No. Unfortunately, they seem to be lost in time. Unfortunate. Let's see if there's any off-Vlaanga counts left. Ooh, that's... let's see, Great House. Yes. You need to be here for Great House. Off... No. They're not around. Too bad. Lost to time. Let's see if the Eskil family is around. I know for sure that they aren't, but they might have researched somewhere. Well, they weren't in the first iteration of this report. Let's see, Eskil, yeah. No, unfortunately not. How about the Sudits? The ones that used to rule Bjarmia? I'm not having high hopes for them either. Let's see. No. Unfortunately, they are also gone. The Aberfraws are still around. And then we have the Marvanids. Let's see if the Marvanids are still around. Let's go for M. There we go. Marvanids. I just need to look at my phone because someone is sending me loads of SMSs. Alright, let's get back to this. Well, who were we looking for? The Marvanids. That's further up. Masowiecki. Here we have the Masowiekis, ruling a lot of stuff, including Poland. Let's see, how was it spelled? Marvanid. No, they are unfortunately gone as well. So, then we have the Karvuna dynasty of Mesembria. The No, unfortunately they do not rule anything either. The Masowiekis, we saw them just a few minutes ago. The Borus family, are they still around? I'm guessing not, because that place has been a hotbed for conflict. Borus. The Mongols invaded. No, they are gone. Unfortunately. And then Pafla. Let's see. No, let's go for the off Munsö. Because let's just look for the ones that are not sure that they are entirely gone. I think off Munsö is still around. Would surprise me greatly if they weren't. There's off Gardinas. Oh, they aren't, apparently. Well, that's a surprise, I would have to say. I don't think the Khan dynasty is around, so let's not look for them. And then, let's see. We have the Carlings. They are still around everywhere. The Aberfraws are still around. And the Sami. That's going to be interesting. The Sami dynasty. I saw them. Sami. Here we go. Greeks. They are only barons. They are still around. Yeah, that's good to know. They are still around. Both of them as well. Damn it. Rival houses. And yeah. Let's see. Most of this is very contemporary, like the Haddadids and stuff, and I know that they are still around. The Galones, well, they are here. So we have seen them already when we looked around the map. The Sipsovas are still around in Poland, as we saw. And the Solomonids. Are the Solomonids the ones ruling Abyssinia? I don't think so. No, it's the Hashemids. So the Solomonids have fallen from grace. Let's see. Further down here. Solomonid. Yeah, they are ruling 2 dukedoms. They will return and reclaim Abyssinia, I believe. The Tugans are still here. And the Ölfus are not ruling England anymore. We did play as a little Ölfus girl, so let's see if... Yeah, here we go. Yeah, the Count of Worcester is Elfus. Njudunge. Wasn't long ago since we played Njudunge. Njudunge, let's see. They should still be around in Åland. Yeah, they are. They are thriving there. And how about this guy then? Yep, the Munkedarnes are still around. I guess that concludes all the interesting dynasties that we have played as. I did leave some out. Actually, in case, let's look for the Khan dynasty. So at least that one is interesting. The one that we formed Tauricia with. But I'm not holding any hopes for them actually still being around. Khan. Let's see, Khan. No. No, they are not around. That's too bad. They probably still have courtiers here and there. But anyway, this concludes the second Interregnum report of Alea Iacta Est. And just as a last thing to do, let's show you the Republic trade zones. Venice is ruling everything, and the families of Venice are Torelli, Candiano, Tribuno, Di Saluzzo, and no, I think that's all of them. Participatio. And the de jure kingdoms look like this. Nothing much has changed except for Sweden, de jure shifting some of Norway, and Bohemia. The empires look like this. Yeah, the Arabian Empire is huge. And this is part of Scandinavia. So, I think this concludes all that is interesting. So let's leave you with this beautiful map of the world, and I'll see you in the next proper episode. Thank you for watching!